our childhoods being ripped away from us, and our big companies like EA and Activision scamming us? Stay tuned to find out. A couple of days ago, I saw a video from a YouTuber called Some Ordinary Gamer, which some of you might know him. Anyways, he was talking about a game that he likes to play here and there. The game was called Crew. Is called Crew and soon to be was. What they have said is they're going to close their servers down for good. Crew is just like a driving simulator game where you drive around America going from state to state, and he said that he likes to play it here and there where, you know, just to chill. It's listed as a solo game, which can be a co-op, but yeah, they've just turned around after, I believe it's been around for 8 years now, and they're saying they're going to close the servers down for good. And because this is an online game, it means you cannot purchase this game anymore. You won't be able to play this game anymore even if you have purchased it. The servers are totally going down. Now, this reminded me of a game that I used to love playing, but I mean, granted, this was only a mobile game. It was actually made by EA. It's a very big publisher, and it was Tetris, like literally plain and simple Tetris. But for hours and hours, when I was doing absolutely nothing, like for example, let's say I was in a hospital waiting room, or if I was waiting for anything, I just pop my phone out, put Tetris on, and then it could keep me occupied for, you know, at least half an hour, 45 minutes to an hour. Because I used to love Tetris, I used to love playing it. All of a sudden, while I was playing it, I log in one day and I get this notification on my screen that I've never ever seen before, and it just says the EA Tetris app will shut down forever on April 21st in 2020. So this happened about 3 years ago. Now we're coming to 4 years in a few months, and I was, you know, taken back a little bit. I'm thinking, why on earth are they closing the Tetris game, especially when it's by EA, who's a massive publisher? They have plenty of money to, you know, keep open a small little server for Tetris. So anyways, time goes by, and lo and behold, April 21st came and it was totally taken off. I could not play it. If I opened it, it wouldn't open. If I search on it on the App Store, it was not there anymore at all. So I was like, oh well, that's that gone. I downloaded a different Tetris, but it never felt the same, to be honest. But I just wasn't, you know, it wasn't really nice. But I digress. But the issue here is this morally correct? You purchase a game, you pay full price for it. Are they technically allowed to just take it off your hands? Are they technically allowed to just steal it off you? Essentially stealing it off you? Now I need to use the word stealing a bit loosely here, because technically a digital game isn't actually a ownership of the game. It's more or less like a indefinite lease to yourself, but the publisher of the game actually has full control of the game. They can do whatever they want with the game whenever they want to do with it. For example, closing the servers and essentially just taking away from you, even though you paid full price for it. Even if you paid full price for it a week before the server shuts down, they are not going to refund you, and they're just going to shut the servers down while you're just left with, you know, minus £70 or $70 from your bank account, which is honestly so unfair. Now, for example, a game like Tetris, there is literally no reason for it to run on a server. You could save everything locally on my phone, or if it was on a PC, you could save it locally on a PC. And if you want to have saved records on it, that's very simple. You can also do that locally as well. There's no reason for it to be running in the background on the server, only for it to be shut down indefinitely, which is absolutely ridiculous, and it is unfair. And I 100% agree with Some Ordinary Gamer. And he also said that they are not going to, the big publishers, they are not going to change this fact. They don't care, and I know they don't care. Whereas my old games, for example, I can boot up my PS2, I can take a disc of Time Splitters Future Perfect, shove it in there, and I'll still be able to play that game to this day, no matter what. Even though the servers of Time Splitters have shut down years ago, because they used to have an online version, but I still have the hard disk of it, and I can put in my PS2 right now and play it, which I'm so glad I kept my PS2, to be honest. And this is why we need to make discs great again. Now the issue is, what does this mean about future of gaming? For example, if there's single player games out there like Assassin's Creed and God of War that come out, if they suddenly decide to close down the servers, what does that mean? Obviously it means we won't be able to play the game anymore, we won't be able to purchase the game anymore. What about the people that have purchased the disc version? Does that mean it's not going to work for them? And if it does work for them, how's that fair then? Because the people that have bought it digitally, now they won't have access to it, even though they paid full price for it, and the person that paid full price on a disc does have access to it, so it doesn't really make sense. By the way, I'm specifically talking about single player games, so there's no online mode on it, or if there is online mode on it, the single player is the major aspect of it. For example, Assassin's Creed, even though it had online versions of in Brotherhood, I believe, but people were playing it for the single player gameplay of it. So what does that mean? So if these games close down their servers, am I going to be able to play anymore? For example, my God of War, I mean, I love the God of War, the new God of War games, and I definitely want to play it again in the future. And especially at the fact that what if there's a brand new person that came to the gaming scene and they've never heard about Assassin's Creed, or barely ever heard about Assassin's Creed or God of War or any other single player game for that matter, like Ghost of Tsushima, and then they want to suddenly play it, and now they go online and it's nowhere to be found. And maybe someone does have a disc version and they borrow it off them, they stick it into their PlayStation 5 or PlayStation 4, which at the time there might be a PlayStation turnout, but it doesn't work anymore. It says the servers are down or whatever it says. So what does that mean? We're going to purchase a full price game only for it to, be taken away from us. And some people will be saying, oh, well, it's old, why do you care, all this stuff and whatever. But I still have my PS2. To this day I have my PS2, and sometimes I bring it out and I get the multi-pad out, and me and my brothers will play like Time Splitters, or we'll play James Bond. There was a Godzilla game that me and my brother used to love playing. We'll play that, and it's for the memories. And when we have kids and grow up, we can talk to our kids about it, and I can show them my PS2 games. I can get my PS2 out, and I mean, if it holds the test of time, and that is with the disc and the hard drive, if it holds the test of time, I can show it to them. I can literally play it with them. I can literally play with my son, with my daughter, not just my brother. But with my games that are on PS3, PS4, PS5, what if the servers go down? Does that mean I'll never ever be able to experience that memory again? Does that mean I'll never ever be able to experience that memory with someone else again, whether that be a friend or a family member? I mean, it's ridiculous. Any way we can actually share the game experience with the future generations now would be by video format, where we'll show it on YouTube and say, oh, this is the game we used to play, this is how we used to be, this is what used to happen. I mean, it's not the same. It really is not the same, and it's actually fucking stupid as fuck.